It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The action tonight will be happening out in Dallas, where the Mavericks will be going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Last game for Los Angeles, they ended up with a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio. Right now, they're in the midst of a 6-game slide and are hoping to break that losing streak in this one. A real sense of urgency tonight. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie. You know,
Huge deals.
But typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in mid-season. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
There's a buzz in the air here at the American Airlines Center. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. And, of course, LeBron James. To any doubters, he put them to bed as he made his acquisition look like a perfect fit in his first game out. Definitely a positive outing and boding well for things to come.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and, man, was he excited about getting the opportunity at a fresh start. He thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level, and I'm sure that's what their thought process was when they made the deal.
And before the game gets started, let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Rick Carlisle. David.
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. And now the Lakers starting group. Ball out there with Ingram. Then there's JaVale McGee. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Kuzma in at the 4 spot. Now here's LeBron. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And James is super strong, incredible at powering through the defense.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Mavericks on D. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
They would look like they had it figured out and take a couple bad shots and be right back to where they started.
Now here's Matthews after LeBron James's miss. Nowitzki sets a screen for Matthews. There's a screen. Back to Smith. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Yeah, it's sad when you're aggressive enough to draw the fouls, but just not enough touch to cash in at the line.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Ingram kicks the ball. LeBron against Nowitzki. James in the post. The dish to Ingram. A second chance effort. Goes up with it again. Here's Ball. And the Lakers with another miss. Here's Dallas. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
And so it's Dallas with it. Barnes right side. 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Matthews goes in. Jordan. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, and it's the long arms of Jordan, staying active on the boards for these high percentage putbacks.
Ball kicks to James. The feed to Ball. Dishes it to Ingram. Here's Kuzma. Got a piece of it and stolen by Jordan. Smith drives in and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Whew. I love how hard Smith goes to the rim. Just remarkable at driving to the rack and taking the contact.
So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
And the first one drops.
And the explosive athletic nature of Smith's game, really exciting. Just a guy at the point with a ton of upside.
Smith hits them both.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
Ingram dishes to McGee. Back to Ingram. Banked in off the glass. Ingram's got his first points of the game.
And Ingram, with those long strides, devouring the distance to the cup.
To the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Ball with a wide open look. That one no good. And it's Dallas the other way. And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed. It's his play in the open floor and Greg running end to end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene.
Now here's Ball. Following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. Ball, the pass to McGee.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Well, as the NBA season comes into full gear, you really start to see just how big the NBA season is. Chris, would you like to keep it at 82 games, or would you like to change it, maybe bring the schedule and the regular season number of games down a bit?
I like to keep it the same. I like to keep it the same because it is the same tradition that other players had to go through it. You know, the Magics, the Birds, you had to play 82 games. I don't think it's too much. And technology today is much better. You can come back, you can recuperate faster, you can come back from injury easier than players before this generation came. And so I say 82 games.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from McGee. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Smith kicks to Barnes. He feeds it to Jordan. Nowitzki with the screen on James. Barnes dishes to Nowitzki. 5 on the clock. Nowitzki sets a screen for Matthews. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the dunk by James.
You can't give James a lane to the basket. He's exceptionally quick at attacking on the drive.
The Mavericks trailing. Smith with it. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's Kuzma. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Ingram passes to McGee. Here's Kuzma. And the 3 off target. For Dallas, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Smith with it. Now guarded by Ball. Smith kicks to Barnes. Fires it up. Misses off the left iron.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews. Ingram kicks to James. And the dunk by LeBron.
Oh, come on. You can't allow James to get position down low. Once he does, he's looking to dunk it.
The Mavericks shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Smith kicks to Barnes. They double him with James. Here's Smith. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
LeBron passes to Kuzma. Back to LeBron. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Wesley Matthews picks one up. And LeBron James has openly stated very publicly, especially last year in the finals, he is chasing Michael Jordan. He wants to be the best ever.
And at this point, he might be top 2. Jordan with 6 titles. Hard to see LeBron surpassing that. But just to be in the conversation with the GOAT is an achievement in and of itself.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, LeBron James can do everything on a basketball court. It's his passing that's always stood out to me. His vision at his size, I mean, historically great.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Zubac is checked in for JaVale McGee. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Ingram. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. And both free throws good for James. And you lump in LeBron with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird when you talk about players 6'8", 6'9", who can control a game, Chris, simply with their passing.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget about yours truly, but he can pick you apart. He sees over the top of defenses, and he throws bullet passes that leave the defense no time to recover.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Jordan with a screen on Caldwell-Pope. Connaughton kicks to Barea. To the middle. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the vertical of Jordan? Easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. And it's the Mavericks with the ball after LeBron James's miss. Here's Connaughton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Pass to Barea, just 5 on the clock. From deep, it's hauled in by LeBron. The Lakers in the lead, and there's the pass to Caldwell-Pope. Outside for Rondo. Now Zubac. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Powell, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Channing Frye's checked in for the Lakers. Lance Stevenson comes in for James. Stevenson right side. Passes to Zubac. 6 to shoot. And it's Rondo penetrating. He got right to the cup using that screen.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
Barea kicks to Finney-Smith. Pass to Powell. Powell with the screen. Out to the right wing. Here's the three. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Rondo dishes to Stevenson. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Mavericks.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
And so it's Dallas with it. They trail by 1. Connaughton passes to Barea. Pass to Connaughton. Rondo against Barea. Over Rondo. Another miss by Barea. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Rondo against Barea. Rondo kicks to Caldwell Pope from deep. Powell pulls it in. Dallas has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Another miss by Barea.
Even with the miss, that's a jumper he'll keep taking as long as they keep leaving him open.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. And here are the Mavericks now. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
They double him with Stevenson. Stolen by Stevenson. Rondo passes to Zubac. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For Los Angeles, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. The free throw drops for Zubac. And Chris, you could always face up so well from the high post when you played. Which power forward do you think has the best face-up game out there right now?
Well, I think in order to have a really good face-up game, you have to have another threat, and that's to be able to drive and finish strong off of one leg. And you definitely look at a guy like Towns in Minnesota. He has that. He's so explosive. He can finish with either hand. I also think you have to look at Anthony Davis. This kid, he can stretch the floor, shoot out to the 3, but also his first step is so quick. The same with Cousins. The fact that he's 7 foot can post you up, but his first step being quick off of a pump fake, he can do it as well. And don't forget about Blake Griffin. When he gets to that 15-foot spot, you really have to honor his jump shot. So those guys come to mind as far as big fellas that can face you up and knock it down.
I know you took great pride in your decision-making in terms of when to shoot and when to drive.
Yeah, I think your shot selection is your defense as well. You shoot a bad shot, a team like Golden State could have 6 points on 2 possessions off of 2 bad turnovers. And also I think it shows a commitment to your team for wanting to win. You know, just because you have the green light, why take that when a teammate might have a better shot that's open? So I think it takes a little bit of humility, but definitely a basketball IQ that says, wait, this is the smarter play right now. Can you think it on the live and while it's going on? So it's definitely important to be able to make those decisions.
It is, yeah, it is.
a meteoric ascent for Luke Walton. 2 years before signing as coach for the Lakers, he was a part-time assistant with their development team. Now the youngest head coach in the league. He's almost 2 years younger than Kobe Bryant.
No good on the second free throw. Talk about compiling your coaching resume in a hurry. Luke Walton, in his first year as an assistant, wins a title. And in year 2, as interim head coach, leads the Warriors to the best start in league history.
It's all about timing and grace. 24-0 start. With Walton at the helm, they went 39-4. It catapulted him to the front of the line among head coaching candidates.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Caldwell Pope outside. Off the pick, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And Caldwell Pope just blows past defenders with his speed. Just a sensational finisher all around the bucket.
Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Connaughton. Powell with the screen. Over to the wing. Barea with a wide open look. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Rondo kicks to Fry. Back to Rondo. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
Looking now at some numbers for Zubac. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. First in field goal percentage. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in block spurt.
And you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage.
Almost every look he gets inside is a good one, but the D hangs in there and makes it a tough one.
Basket counts. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead.
And you can sense that Rondo taking some pride in shredding the D with his passing. Has exceptional vision.
They set the pick. Shoots from 12. And that one hits back iron.
A rare off quarter for him. Nothing seems to be going his way.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stevenson kicks to Rondo. Feeds it to Stevenson. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks to Fry. Inside, Rondo. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Seven seconds left in the first quarter. That's a 2 from Smith. Can't nail the jumper. And that does it for the first quarter. Lakers lead by 6. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac, Channing Frye out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 2. Here's Connaughton. Following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. No one near him. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Rondo kicks to Stevenson. To the paint. Here's Zubac. The layup off target.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Smith. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
How about the strength of Smith? Just absorbs contact like a champ and finishes with confidence.
And for the Mavericks, clearly the rebuild, Greg, has begun.
Yeah, but they made good use of their picks. They brought in more youth and signed their building blocks. Franchise isn't used to rebuilding, but they are approaching it, I think, the right way.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Zubac. Brandon Ingram comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The free throw drops for Smith. And Chris, power forwards today shoot a lot more three-pointers. If you played today, I think you'd be incredibly effective in that role. How do you think you'd be in that role?
Oh, yeah, I think that that's something I would have definitely had fun and relished there. And I did shoot threes a couple of seasons in Washington and was pretty successful at that, but the style of play was just so different then. Big men were asked to stay in the post, and there was a lot more work in the post, a lot more pressure on the big guy to get to the free throw line to wear down the defense. So the whole game was different then. The big man kind of ruled the game. Today it's a point guard's game, and so what's great is I'd have to step out to give the point guard a lot more room to drive, to take a shot blocker away, or because there aren't any shot blockers. And so I definitely would love to hang out in that corner and shoot that easy three, or at the top after a pick and roll and pop right back. That would have been a lot of fun. Plus, it would give you freedom, because when you can shoot that Jimmy like that and you got a nice wet jump shot, it allows that pump fake to work all day. So I would have pump fake a lot from that three-point line and dunked on a lot of people. So that would have been fun to have that freedom as they do today. Just like it's fun watching these young guys let it fly from that three-point line.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in him. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players.
Now, this has just been a bad shooting game, a horrible shooting game from him.
Matthews with it, now guarded by Ingram. Nobody near Barnes. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Lakers leading by 5. Ball kicks to Fry. Outside Matthews. Dallas, no good that time either.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation, the coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Misses off the right iron.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Well, it seemed like destiny. The Lonzo Ball would end up with the Lakers. He found his way to the team he grew up watching.
You know, and rarely do you see a team and player be such a perfect fit. But that's the case here. And the pressure will be on Lonzo to succeed in L.A., put a lot of faith in getting to the Lakers. And remember, he turned down workouts from every other team because he wanted to wear that Laker uniform.
And that one misses.
I tell you what, it's scary when you think about how much room Ball has to grow, when you factor in how efficient he is already.
Mavericks making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. And a pretty unorthodox slingshot shooting form for Lonzo Ball. Greg brings it up on the left side of his face.
Yeah, but he's still got great balance, and the lower body mechanics are perfect. Good wrist action on the follow through. Sometimes we get caught up so much in the motion to get to the shot. It's about the release point. And when you get there with this guy and the confidence with which he plays, I think it's a non-issue.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
Shoot two.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. Lakers leading by 4. The pass to Kuzma. It's Ingram on the wing. Nowitzki with the steal. Here's Barnes. Jordan. Got a hand on it. Here's Kuzma. He's covered by Matthews. Kuzma can't get it to go.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short arm that layup.
Barnes left side. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Barnes has got his first 2 points.
Now, he's only shooting 20% to begin this quarter, and you can tell it's beginning to wear on him.
The drive by James. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his first foul. Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points. Fifth, the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been really good, and it's led to a lot of easy opportunities on offense. Creating points off turnovers has been key.
And here's Smith. He's got 7. Nowitzki a screen. They swipe it. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Matthews dishes to Smith. He kicks to Jordan. Back to Smith. Barnes outside. Over James. Barnes with another miss.
He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
Kicks it out to James. Here's Kuzma, defended by Nowitzki. Yes, that goes in.
The best part about LeBron's game is that he's unselfish. The easiest guy to guard is a selfish one.
Mavericks trail by 4. Now here's Matthews. 17 points for him last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. Nowitzki a screen. Shot clock at 6. Nice shot by Smith.
He played a very solid first quarter. Now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Now here's James. 35 points for him last game against San Antonio.
Well, his rebounding stood out too. He gave them a big lift on the boards.
Just 5 on the clock. Ball, the pass to Kuzma. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Nowitzki a screen. Smith right side. Over in the corner, Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Lonzo Ball picks one up. And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that How you view and enjoy the game has changed as you've transitioned from being a player on the floor to the booth.
You know what? I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look at the game a different way, but I look at the game the same way. I think the onus is on the player to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that you had the year before. Even if you're not on a team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing if they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, you know, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Connaughton's checked in. And then for the Lakers, Zubac is checked in for JaVale McGee. Caldwell Pope comes in for Brandon Ingram. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ball. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against San Antonio. Here's Kuzma, defended by Nowitzki. For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better. Coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs. And they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, you know they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note.
And he makes the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, the Lakers are enduring the worst 5-year stretch in the franchise's history. They missed the playoffs in consecutive seasons only once, and that was back in the mid-70s. Last season, their 4th straight in the lottery.
Now here's Jordan. 10 points for him. Here's Finney-Smith, and the rejection by Zubac. James kicks to Caldwell Pope. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He's just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
And the Lakers have always considered themselves a championship or bust type of franchise.
Well, that mentality runs up against the reality of their situation. I mean, they seem to have accelerated the process with some draft fortune and free agent signings. I mean, especially with Magic coming back, you know the Magic is back. This upcoming offseason will be a big one for him.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good.
And you really got to be in awe at the way that Kentavious Caldwell-Pope plays defense. So disciplined in this era of three-point shooting to kind of stay home on fakes and playing great position defense. He just sticks to his man like glue.
Rondo with the ball. In the corner, it's James. Passes it to Kuzma. From the left block, and James with a nice bucket inside. LeBron's got 4 points now in the quarter. Now with Caldwell Pope, it's not like he's playing defense on just anyone. Greg, he usually draws the opposing team's top scorer as his nightly assignment.
Yeah, and he's earned that responsibility because of his play. I mean, typically plays a ton of minutes and never slows down during the game. All around fantastic defensively.
Lakers leading by 6. LeBron kicks to Zubac. Pass to Kuzma. Outside Rondo. 6 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And one of the more surprising moves this past offseason was when the Pistons let KCP go. Two sides couldn't see eye to eye on a contract, and eventually they let him be an unrestricted free agent.
The first free throw is good. And Greg, Caldwell-Pope ultimately ends up on the Los Angeles Lakers. Strange to see such a talented player get renounced by his old team, the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, you just don't see that very often. And after the Bradley trade, the Pistons seemed ready to move on. Lucky for the Lakers to pick up a player like Caldwell-Pope so late in free agency.
And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future. Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Caldwell-Pope's got 9.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
There's a screen. Jordan the screen. To the left wing. Here's Connaughton. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Connaughton's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Over to the wing. Caldwell-Pope outside. Pass to Zubac. He dishes it to Rondo. Here's Kuzma. He tries for 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. He's covered by Rondo. Dallas moving the ball around. It's good. He has 5.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The dish now to James, and stolen by LeBron. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Jordan the screen. There's a good screen. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Rondo dishes to James. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Connaughton passes to Barea. Jordan the screen. Here's Connaughton. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 4 assists in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Kuzma can't get it to go. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what happened defensively that slowed them down in the first half?
Well, we're active. They're missing a few shots they normally make. You know, we just got to compete. We got to keep competing the way we are.
Thanks for your time, Rick. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 steal. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense honest. You have to mix it up. A little bit outside, a little bit inside. Now that separates teams.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back to Big D. A terrific look at this urban mecca deep in the heart of Texas, Dallas, Texas. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Mavericks trail by 5. Matthews and Barnes, they're the wings. Nowitzki is out there with Jordan, and it's Smith in at the point guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Now, here's Ball. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. And it's McGee with the jam.
And Ball sets up his teammates when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM, and he even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. Here's Jordan following the basket by LeBron James. The drive by Smith. Kuzma pulls it in.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
Yeah, they've come out of the break with an eye toward efficiency. One of the advantages they hold in this game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Ingram.
Well, Brandon Ingram with the 7'3" wingspan. I mean, guard skills with the reach of a center, that gives him a lot of positional versatility.
Jordan the screen. Smith kicks to Barnes. Shot from the wing, and there it is for him. Barnes has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now here's Ingram. He's covered by Matthews. That one goes. Count it. That's 7 points for Brandon Ingram. And you talk about the versatility of Ingram. What position, Chris, do you think he's best fit for?
Well, you look at a guy like Kevin Durant, who started as shooting guard and is now a combo forward. I mean, that might be a mold for Ingram.
Smith outside. Barnes with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Good chance here for Barnes. They get it back. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Shoots the three. A rebound by the Lakers.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening.
Oh, now that's what I'm talking about right there. Right there.
You love how fierce James is, a ferocious dunk artiste.
Mavericks trail by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And Brandon Ingram, the second overall pick in 2016 out of Duke. What do you make of his rookie season?
You know, very much a work in progress. You have to remember how young he is. Didn't turn 19 until 3 months before the draft. And he's still rail thin. So he's got a chance to improve very quickly over the next few seasons as his body continues to mature.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Channing Frye's checked in for Los Angeles. Lance Stevenson comes in for LeBron. Smith outside. Nowitzki a screen. Back to Smith. Clock at 4. Shoots over ball. And he overshot that one, missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
As you look at the league right now, how different would you say it is from when you played? And if there are a lot of differences, do you like the changes?
The NBA is much different from when I played. When I played, if you shot a jumper from the 15-foot range free throw line, they criticize you as a big fella. Now you have to be able to space the floor. If you were a big fella and led the break back then, they criticize you. Now you have a guy like Durant who is 6'11". So the game has changed from rules. It was so much more physical at the time. It was a slower pace. But, you know, that was then. I love the way that the game is now. I love that players have more freedom. I love that the pace is faster. You don't have to look back at your coach to have a play called every time. And trust is put in these players' skill sets. And so I love it, man. Anytime you can see Harden go to work, Durant go to work, Curry go to work, Westbrook go to work, LeBron go to work, Irving go to work, and just watch them play in an open offense, man, it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I like the changes, and it was fun when I played as well.
Here's Smith after the basket by Los Angeles. Over ball. And it's Smith again missing.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Mavericks trail by 15. And Matthews kicks to Smith. And it's Smith again missing.
A decent attempt at the rim right there. You're just simply off right now.
Ingram dishes the ball. Back to Ingram. McGee a screen. Stevenson outside. For three, Frye. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Frye's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Nowitzki a screen. Here's Barnes. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Barnes has got 9.
Well, it looked as if he would never find his game after that awful first-half start, but he's really hitting his stride in the second.
And Frye kicks to McGee. Back to Frye. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Ingram. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 5th rebound in this one. Back to Matthews. Unloads from 13. That's tipped.
The 7'3" wingspan, Ingram's reach makes him a defensive factor.
Here's McGee, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. McGee's got his second bucket.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Start it.
Dallas calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Smith. And a look here at the shot chart for Smith.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
The Lakers on D. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Now, here's Ball. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Dishes to Ingram. The offensive rebound, McGee. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Now, here's Ball. He's covered closely. They shoot again. Here's McGee. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. McGee's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Oh, this guy, his motor is always the same. No matter what the score of the game is, he always remains aggressive.
And the Mavericks looking to go young now around Nowitzki. Unsurprisingly, they've already found some intriguing young prospects.
And Stevenson, the bucket on the assist from Ingram. Stevenson's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Matthews, no one around him, misses the 3. And for the Mavericks, you look at their young guys, a lot of athleticism, and Greg, an upside already on the roster.
And Mavs fans have to be pleased with what they've done so far. I mean, especially with the selection of Dennis Smith in the draft, who can be a special player at that point guard position. They're making smart moves to kind of revamp this roster.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Lance Stevenson. And the Lakers have picked second in the draft now for 3 consecutive years. Out of all the players they've acquired, Chris, who do you think has the chance to be the best, Ingram or Ball?
Well, I definitely like Ingram. I think his upside, his potential, his athletic ability. He's wiry. They played him a little at point last year. His rookie season wasn't dominant, but that doesn't mean anything. I really like his game. But I really like Alonzo Ball. I think he brings that talent and leadership. I think he has the talent to become that franchise player. And forget what I think. Magic thinks that.
Now, here's Barea. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And it's Connaughton missing. Lakers leading by 19 points. Rondo passes to Stevenson. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And 11 points for Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal, has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
Barea with it. Now guarded by Stevenson. It's tipped. 4-on-3 break. Here's Zubac. There's the feed to Fry. Fires for 3. They shoot again. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Deflects the pass. Zubac the pass to Stevenson. Fry at the elbow. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Good on the triple.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Rondo dishes to Caldwell Pope. Rondo, good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Mavericks trail by 21. And the Mavericks call time here. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. One, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And two, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. Needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with it.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And here are the Mavericks now. Barea kicks to Jordan. And that one, good. Jordan's got 14 points.
And that's as high percentage as it gets for Jordan. He has shot over 65% for his entire career.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 9. Here's James. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. James has got 6 here in this quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Offensive rebound Mavericks, and it's good for 2. Finney-Smith's got his first bucket in this one.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just effort points.
LeBron passes to Kuzma. It's tipped. Now Barea. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. There's the pass to Connaughton. Jordan the screen, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
I think you'll probably see more arguments on those illegal screen calls than just about any other play. Maybe the charge call, but guys never think they were moving.
Now here's LeBron. 22 points for him. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's covered closely. Misses from short range. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And while we can, let's have a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. DeAndre Jordan 3rd.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect from the line this time. 1:10 left in the third quarter of the game. And here is James. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Outside for Rondo. Back to James. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kuzma. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Kuzma's got 8.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, and now he's landing body blows.
Now here's Barea. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. There's the pick. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
And now Barea running the floor all by himself. Good on the shot.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
And so it's the Lakers with it. 22 is their biggest lead. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Lakers ahead, leading by 17. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Keep playing. Take turnovers out of the game, all right? Defense, 1, 2, 3, defense.
Preaching efficiency, preaching defense. Rick Carlisle right there wants to see no mistakes out there.
Yeah, I mean, protect the basketball. Try not to force anything and just take what the defense gives you.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got LeBron James. Rajon Rondo is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kuzma in at the 4.
James is just a versatile scorer. When he's feeling it, get out of the way and let him do his thing.
Barea kicks to Connaughton. Jordan the pass to Finney-Smith. Jordan sets the pick for Smith. Offensive rebound. Doesn't go that time. Lakers leading by 19 points. Rondo kicks to Caldwell Pope. Off the screen. LeBron, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that. When he gets the separation he needs, I know he would love to have that one back.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Barnes is checked in. JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Smith. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jordan, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Look, you could never have enough offense in the low post.
The Lakers shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. There's the screen. Back to Caldwell Pope. From about 16, it doesn't go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Smith outside. He feeds it to Jordan. The putback. A rebound by the Lakers. McGee's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. James in the post. Covered by Barnes. LeBron, good.
You can't contain James when he's close to the rim. He's too powerful in the paint.
Here's Connaughton. Smith outside. Jordan the screen. McGee with the block.
Now he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Matthews comes in for Pat Connaughton. The Lakers also changing it up. Brandon Ingram comes in for Caldwell Pope, and Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
One shot.
And we know this league is enjoying great success. The Players Union going into last season created a program, Chris, to fund health insurance for all retired players with 3 or more years of service.
Well, I'm proud of our Players Union. I hope that other sports take lead. You know, you take care of those that come before you. That's one thing in the NBA we always know, and the players will always respect. That's why it was a unanimous vote by the Players Association. It definitely was a proud moment. I'm proud of my NBA brothers.
Now here's Matthews. There's the pick. Smith outside. Jordan dishes to Nowitzki. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Lakers leading by 19. Feeds to Ingram. He's looking for James and finds him. Passes it to Kuzma. Ball kicks to McGee. Here's Kuzma. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
Now, here is Smith. He's guarded closely. Nowitzki a screen. A three. And James pulls it down. The Lakers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And it's Ball in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 5 assists in the game.
You love seeing James distribute the ball. It shows that he really has a focus for getting his teammates involved.
McGee with the block.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Again, the miss by Smith.
He isn't getting it to fall from outside during this half after recording a 3 during the first.
Here's James, and the dunk by James.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Oh, yeah, incredible teamwork there. A play you perfect only by practicing it until you're blue in the face.
Jordan kicks to Barnes. Offensive rebound.
Exceptional instincts on the offensive boards and didn't try to slam it home. Tipping it in was all he needed.
Lakers leading by 22. Kicks it to James. Chris, we've seen video review get introduced into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be a spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing, and you don't want to make the game slower by going to the officiating video every single time. Right now, I don't think you should do it on charges and blocks, which is probably one of the most controversial calls in the game. I think where we have it now is good because it gives a balance, and right now we do not need the game to lengthen in any way, if anything, shorten, and I think adding anything more to refereeing and videos, I think would just make the game last longer.
Here's Smith. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Here's Jordan. The rebound by the Lakers. LeBron's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. It's taken away by Smith. Jumps up.
Oh, wow. Look out.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yeah, you got to love seeing the young fella dunk that one home. Smith likes to show off that incredible vertical.
Here's Ball, and it's blocked by Jordan. Smith for 3. And it's Smith again missing.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it. They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
A different look for Dallas. Measury, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Harrison comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Farrell subbed in for Smith. Here's Farrell. Here's Harrison. Measury, the pass to Jordan. Barnes with it over Dang from 13 feet. It goes down. 15 points for Barnes.
What a total 180-degree turn here. He wasn't making anything in the first half, but he looks like a totally different player now in the second half.
Now here's Ball. Pass to McGee. 6 on the shot clock. Dang kicks to Williams. McGee a screen. Over Barnes. And he overshot that one, missing. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. He kicks it to Jordan. Pass to Measury. Dallas moving the ball around. Farrell for three. They get a hand on it.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
Oh, you're exactly right. It's simple arithmetic. More boards means more possessions, means more opportunities to score. Simple arithmetic.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Going back to your playing days, Chris, you were drafted by the Magic but traded on draft day to the Golden State Warriors. If you had suited up for the Magic alongside Shaquille O'Neal, that would have been something.
Oh yeah, I would have tried to. You know, I think I would have been the first Westbrook. That was my goal. If I was playing with Big Shaq, just do your job, and I would have averaged a triple-double easily. I would have averaged a triple-double. When you look at Dennis Scott, that would have been on the corner, Big Shaq up top, and that pick and roll right there. You're going to have to guard me or him, and I didn't mind throwing it up to a big fella. I love seeing people dunk from alley-oop, so that would have been fun. I would have tried to have Shaq break a backboard every single night. But hey, can't go back in time, man.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Measury. Matthews comes in for Harrison. And Barea subbed in for Yogi Ferrell. And he ends up missing both free throws. Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And something we see now in the modern NBA, Chris, is that players will try and recruit other players in free agency, sometimes almost leading up to free agency. How often do you think that happens now? And how is that, say, different from when you played?
It's a lot different from when I played. I think guys wanted to play together, but we did not recruit or try to play together with each other because of the way that the rules were in collective bargaining and because the way the game was at that time. At that time, even if you had a friend that was your very close friend off the court, you wanted to beat him for bragging rights on the court. Back then, it was more of, can my team beat your team? Not can we play together. I tell you what, with friends that I had in the league at that time, that would have been pretty cool to play with some of my friends that I think were great players. But I just think it's just been a line in the sand. It's just changed. I think a lot of it's changed because we're playing basketball at younger ages. Guys are playing and traveling the country and know each other from ages 10, 11, and 12. So they have honest, genuine friendships and really want to play together. And so I don't really think it's a problem, but it's interesting watching these super teams and how all of this is developing. It definitely didn't happen in my day, and I'm just now, I won't say getting used to it, but I'm just now recognizing that, man, it's okay to play with your friends, I guess.
And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
And Ball is great at pulling up quickly, easily shifting from dribble to that shooting motion there, and there's no hitch in that giddy up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Harrison comes in for Barnes. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for J.J. Barea. Channing Frye's checked in for the Lakers. Lance Stevenson comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Matthews kicks to Powell. To the inside, and stolen by Frye. Matthews against LeBron. Here's Stevenson. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And that's 13 points for Lance Stevenson.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Dallas has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now the pass to Harrison. He dishes it to Matthews. Clock at 6. And just miss after miss right now. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Now the feed to Ball. The dish now to Frye. Passes it to Kuzma. Here's Harrison. He's guarded by Stevenson. Harrison passes to Ferrell. Jordan the screen. Farrell kicks to Jordan. A timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
And every player out there has a story about falling in love with the game. Chris, when did you fall in love with basketball, and what was it like playing basketball as a kid?
Wow, it's so hard to remember when you first fall in love with basketball. There's so many great moments and great stories that you hear, but probably playing on the playground and seeing all the guys laughing and hearing the music and hearing the guys say check up at next game and smelling the sweat and seeing guys play physical. That's probably what it was. And then being able to play at a great gym called St. Cecilia in Detroit and then watch all the other players that played before us come in, the Isaiahs, Magic Johnson, Spencer Haywood, Terry Durant. I mean, you get to watch these guys play. Derek Coleman, Steve Smith. I could go on all day. Mark Makins, Terry Mills. I could just keep going. It was so fun watching these guys play. So to me, I fell in love with it as a kid, but every instance, every memory that I have made me fall in love with it that much more. How can you not fall in love with the greatest game ever played?
Well said. Farrell. And the shot no good, a bit short. It's LeBron with the drive. And they double up James. Over to the left wing. Dishes it to Fry. Stevenson outside. Over Harrison. And it's Stevenson missing. Here's Farrell. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing it.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you next time.